Hi guys, welcome to this video. Today we are show two videos featuring my E50. You don't see a lot of this type of tank in the battlefield. It's not a really popular tank, but to me it's one of my favorite tank. I love it a lot, especially with the E50M as well. And okay, let's have a quick review on this tank. It has a frontal armor of 150 millimeters. That is the top half, and its angle about I would say 55-60 degrees, which give it an effective armor of about 230 millimeters to 250 millimeters, which means it can actually, if head on, can bounce shots from IS-3 gun at medium. The long range, it's definitely going to bounce. The lower plate is actually 100 millimeters, and it seems like it's slightly more angled than the. Is it? Alright, almost the same. But the tank inspector shows that it's actually more angled than the upper hull. Gives it a effective armor of about 180 to 200 millimeters, which means that if you can angle it slightly, you can bounce quite a lot of shots from tier 8 guns. The sight is 80 millimeters, rear 80 millimeters. The rear is actually 80 millimeters with 40 degree angle. Give it a effective armor of 100 millimeters. Well, 100 millimeters is not that great in tier 9 and tier 10 games. The turret front is actually 185 millimeter, but it has very slight slope, so it's actually easier to hit the turret front than the upper half of the tank, so keep that in mind. However, just only the two sides beside the gunman that you can shoot, so it's a rather small target. Anyway, nothing about the E50 is good in armor. Well, what I'm trying to say is don't rely on the armor. Well, it's good, it can bounce quite a few shots, but you don't always count on it. It's more like a bonus to me. What you should utilize is the mobility of this tank, and what's the best thing about it is the gun. It's very fast aiming time and very accurate. In fact, E50 have the top few of the most accurate gun in the game. That will be the 105 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, which is what I'm using right now. And of course the 75 millimeter L100 and the 88 millimeter L100. Both of the guns are very accurate and have a good aiming time, which makes it a very amazing sniper, long range sniper. The long range, I play the Panther as a long range sniper. I don't really enjoy the Panther 2. When it comes to E50, it's more like a multi-role. You can do flank, you can push, you can do sniping role. Depends on the situation. Okay, so let's head on to the battle. Let's speed it up a bit. So you can see the engine is not as good. I've deleted the E75 before I get the E50, so I automatically get all the engines unlocked. But still, you struggle to climb hill, like over here. Doing about 15-ish, 20 kilometers per hour going uphill is not good for a medium tank. So here we are at Sacred Valley, and as usual, if I'm in a tank that has some speed, I will normally try to charge my way to B2. Of course, you have to look at the enemy list. I'm hoping that the T-54 doesn't go to that spot. The T-54E1 as well, but I would actually suspect they would go to other places rather than the usual heavy tank brawling area over here. So I should be the first to arrive this location, which I did, as you can see. Now, okay, I'm paused over here. A lot of people would try to go from the road, but I don't. I always like to go to this area, and I believe most of you would agree as well. There are covers over here, there are rocks, there are houses, and I'm going to take a pic. Right, there are a few tanks, and they are not looking at me. That's the good part. Oh, okay, we have M103, we have ST1 in front of us. They are nasty. I don't want to go in and face head-to-head with them. I'm trying to shoot at the M103, but no. I don't want to move into a better position because I'm actually showing a little bit of my tank to him. So defensive is saving my HP, especially in the beginning of the battle, is more important. So now you can see that I don't want to pop up. Oh, let's pause this. Okay, I don't want to pop up in the same location as we did over there. The reason why is because you have to actually expect most of the enemy guns will be pointing at that area, and we still didn't know how many tanks are there because we just went out, take a pic, and move back. And once you take a pic, you have only see the front few tanks of the enemy. Behind maybe some other nasty tanks are moving in. You would know. So it's good that you move out, relocate, and shoot and pick up from another direction to pick at them. Some of the times I always do this same mistake, and I hate myself for that. Don't try to pop up at the same location every time because the guns will be pointing over there. Alright, you can pop up if that is the only option, but it's good for you to wait for a longer time and make yourself invisible, then you pop up, then you shoot. Okay, let's continue. So I'm popping over here. There's no gun looking at me. I'm happy about it. Let's fix my camera so that I can show what am I looking at. Artillery fire. I make the shot at the AMX 5120 because I don't want his gun to stay in the battlefield for a long time, and he's one of the softest target over here. So I'm trying to bring him down. Even though I have shots at the ST1, I'm not going to shoot at it. I'm just going to get that 5120. Now I can't see the 5120. He's hiding. Okay, good. It's gone. Alright, it seems that we are winning this. As you can see, there's a Yak Tiger and an AT-15. I don't care about the AT-15, but the Yak Tiger might be trouble. So I have to be a bit aggressive over here. I have to find somewhere that I can shoot the enemy tank. I'm using our heavy tanks as cover while we are taking good shots at all the enemy to clear them off fast. The ST1, our ST1 is quite a good player. He moved in, so I have to catch up. So now over here, this is actually not a good position. Okay, you can see over here, it's not a good position. Everybody can shoot at me, but I don't intend to stay here for too long. If you're in an IS-3 which have a very long aim time, you shouldn't be doing this. But because the E50 have an accurate gun and a good aim time, so I can just stop here for a very brief amount of time I want to make sure I damage some tanks and we charge in. The reason is because we have to do this fast. We have to do this fast because most of the tank will be concentrated right now, probably at H4, H5. Some of them might be at the other side of the map, I don't care. But we have to move in as quick as possible before the enemy defenders can take defensive position and shoot at us. So we have to move in, we have to charge in to the enemy base before that happens. Oh, sorry, set it on fire, that's good. So make a quick dash, I'm making a quick dash over here. Okay, he's dead, come on, let's go, move. We got support from behind, let's move. Object 704. Now, because I have supports from behind, so I'm moving to his side. I try to flank him, attack the enemy at different directions. So I got his good engine, I can stop here. He has to turn 180 degrees to be able to shoot at me. I keep it as much as possible that way, so that I can put all my shots in without getting hit. Okay, got them. So there are not much left, unfortunately. So we got a T-54 E1 gunning base. This is the reason why I say we should move fast. I suspect that this guy actually came all the way back. Probably he was originated from H7 or location like this, and because we are so fast, he only managed to come up to this location. If we delay, we might be at the world, but yeah, they utterly got me. So let's move on to the, it's a win. Let's move on to the next replay. Okay, this time we are in Swamp, and now we have 4 tier 10s each side, and a good amount of tier 9s as well. So right now I'm actually looking at my minimap and see what everybody doing. It seems like a lambing right now, but I still, because I'm in a fast tank, I still follow for a little while, because a lot of times you find that when a lot of people discover that they're lambing, like half of the lambing train turn back, and the train head probably didn't know that a lot of tanks turn back, and they got killed and say, hey, where my support man, you know. So I stayed the train for a while, then I turned back, and because our train is at the other side, so right now I'm taking a defensive position. You might argue that I should go in and support the Batchet and Leopard PTA, but no, they are much faster tank than me. They can run away and leave me alone over there to be killed if I went in over there. So the best is I get into this position, very defensive position. I can have bushes to hide and snipe from this position. Now, what I'm trying to do here is, of course, I'm sniping, but I don't intend to stay here for a long time. I'm also assessing the situation. I want to see how our lambing train does. Hopefully, they don't stop over there. And of course, I want to know the most important thing. I want to know how many enemies are in front of me right now that is coming to this flank. So it's gonna be a long wait, so let's speed it up. Not much happening. The the PTA, the bat chat moved back. The PTA was like scouting. You don't have to look at the tank right now. You just look at the minimap and see how everything advances. Okay, so now you can see that one of the IS-8 has turned into our location over here. He was with the lemming train, and our AFK E100 started to move, but I don't know what he's doing. He saw so many tanks down there, and he's being the most heavily armored. He still want to go down there. I don't know what he's thinking. We might lose this because we have only one bat chat, which is tier 10, and right now the newly joined IS-7 coming into this position. Okay, now I decided to move. It's because I have already seen how many enemy tanks are there. I actually prioritized the T-57 because I observed for quite some time and I think he's alone. At the same time, the good thing is that our teammates move in as well to take out this T-57, which is a good thing. So now you can see he's completely surrounded. What a nice shot, nice position, and he's not even looking at me, so I'll just continue, stay over here. Oh shit, that's yeah, I should have aimed better. Too overconfident. Okay, got it. Got a shot. Now finally the T-54E1 realized that his teammate is in trouble and start coming to help. I don't know what took him so long. He should have done that. He shouldn't. They are all autoloaders. They should have just came in and wrecked us out. But I've been observing for quite a long time. These two autoloaders like to sit up there. I don't know why they are not moving. So that's why I made the decision to go down to head on to kill the T-57, which we did. So now, oops, playing some peekaboo over here, but I'm not falling to this anymore. Oh, now it's one shot kill. Then I'm happy. There you go. Alright. T-54E1 is next, but don't know where he went. Try to stay behind, pop behind the houses one by one. Don't go too open. Oh, there he is. Spotted. Just going to pick a boo over here. Ah, he's dead. Okay, let's pick things up. Okay, now, oh sorry. I have to slow it back because I'm going to do a lot of things. Now, you can see that the score is 9-7. A lot of times the team will get overconfident, but it still can go both ways. And if you look at the minimap, it seems like we are surrounding the enemy, but we are actually not. The E100 went in too far. He's now between two groups of enemy, and the E100 enemy E100 is coupled with an IS-8. There are only two our Russian PDs looking at them. I don't think they can handle the IS-8 and E100. While our E100 roobishly went alone and got surrounded by tier 8 tanks. While he made the decision to go down there, I don't expect that he will do wonders though. So just trying to do some sniping shots over here. Aim nicely at the side. Yep, got that IS-8. He's now on half health. You see this, our OBJ 704 is not doing good. He's only 10 health left. But I hope that he can kill one of the heavy tanks over there. No, he didn't. He died. So now, as I expected, we turn the other way around. Okay, now our T-57 is saying noob team, you know, all these things. Yeah, he got 4 kills. He's probably happy about it, but I don't care. Our artillery, I suppose, no, actually our AC-48 killed the IS-8, which is at a low health, half health we saw probably the 704 put one shell into him and the AMX kill him off. Now I got a T28. I don't know what am I doing over there. Loading go rounds over here. I don't want to lose this, so I don't want to miss another shot again. Now I'm very dangerous. I'm putting myself into a very dangerous position. I'm 190 health, and our T57 heavy is dead. T57 is not happy about it. Okay, kill off the FPG. Now is the E100 left. The T57 heavy asked us both to go cap. I said no, AMX you go cap. I will go and distract the E100 while you cap. Now again, you engage the enemy from two different directions, so you confuse him. Okay, that is the main point, because it'll be good if we can kill him, but at the current situation, he has 1600 health and I have 190 and we have another tier 7. Not a very good. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make myself present. Yep, my 6th sense went off. So he is pointing at me. I'm not going to pick out. Hopefully our artillery can bring his health down more. I'm not going to pick out. Okay, I'm just using my proximity scouting. Okay, keep him scouted all the time and keep moving. Don't stay in the same location for him to aim. E100 has a very bad, as you can see, very bad accuracy. Now, he fired, so I have about 16 seconds, which is good enough for me to put some of the shells in. Engine deck, yep, Top Gun, thank you. So that's about it. Those are the two videos I want to show. So number one, try to, when you engage with the enemy, try to engage at different directions. As you can see, the E100, he was quite confused because I'm staying there. He wanted to shoot me, but I'm not giving him an opportunity to do that. He's getting pounded by SPG. He doesn't know whether to come after me or go reset or go into a position where the artillery cannot shoot at him. You want to put yourself in this kind of situation if you are going to win against an E100 with just a tier 9 with next to nothing health and a tier 7. If I'm the E100, I'll probably take the risk and just charge in the beginning. So because when you're moving, you have slightly higher chance to avoid artillery shells, and you can probably just load HE shell and one HE shell into me, I'm dead. Okay, so that's it. And then another thing is that when you pick up from one location, don't pick up at the same location again and again and again. Try to always relocate, even though a little bit. So you pop up if you pop up at the position that the enemy expected you to be, it won't be as effective. Alright, so these are the two skills that presented in this two replay. There are some others as well, but I'm not going to talk more about that. This two is showing how to do some basic skills when you are in the battlefield. I hope you like it. If you have any comments, I'm sure you do. Please drop down the comments in the YouTube. I will of course every time look at it, and I'll try to reply if I can. And let's discuss about it. What I've done wrong, what I've done right. Do you have any other ways to do it? I would like to know as well. Alright, thank you.